Hey, so this is a continuation of the video the line we did this morning.
You do not own the rights to this music.
And so Okoro, I want to I acknowledge that I've not been my English speak, and I'm sorry for that. So we're gonna do better. I'm gonna do better. Okay. All right. So we were talking about what?
We were talking about X's. So first you have to understand that some people just have a rule, no X's. Period, end of sentence. That's not how I grew up. That's not. Where'd you go live from, by the way?
Oh, we didn't. We can have to share it later.
So what's just tell me?
My channel. So all right.
Just let me share it real quick.
So
we're trying to create a brand here, and she wants to go off her personal page constantly, so it's harder. Anyway.
So without bias, okay, Okoro likes to maintain relationships with his ex-girlfriends, and and so I don't have a problem with that until Okoro has a problem with me. And I wanted to say I appreciate you all watching and actually giving us feedback. Although we help people, we counsel people about their relationships. When it comes to us, we have a hard time negotiating with one another. And your feedback is important and is actually helping us to improve our relationship. And we might plan like dances and things like that. We might plan how to a dance or a song, but we are never scripted. Like we don't plan conflict. This just happens with us. Like it's natural. And but anyway, so you can pick up where we left off.
So part of the question, so if we go from a completely, totally universal love perspective, and we're supposed to love every single human being on earth, how does that fit in? How do X's fit into that? Are they not human beings? Should we not include them in our world of love?
Ask them.
Well, okay. So should they not be included? If love is the answer, where do they get excluded?
Well, that's why I said I think there needs to be boundaries. So when we stopped the last video, we were talking about Okoro was wanting to know what's a friend? How do you define a friend? Do you support a friend? Are you supportive of a friend when they're having problems? And Okoro wanted to know, well, I wanted to know about boundaries. Like, how do you set healthy boundaries with an ex? Like somebody you've actually talked about marriage with, possibly somebody you actually laid down with. How do you continue that relationship? How do you go back from that? And then there's an element where there was some betrayal concerning that person from a previous relationship. We don't have to love someone forever. We're not obligated to be in one relationship forever. If you can fall out of love with who you're with, you can fall in love with somebody else. Like nobody's obligated, but we're trying to find out because Okoro still wants to remain friends with his exes, but the ex doesn't want her husband to know about Okoro. And I'm like, I don't agree with that.
Yeah. And so my question, and I don't have the answer to this, but my question is, if you're friends with an ex and one of the problems the ex is having is with their relationship, does that mean that's a boundary that you can't go to?
Yeah.
And I don't know the answer to that. I don't know how I feel about that.
So he's asking
but so part of my suggestion would be if we quote unquote help couples, and if we talk to couples and we counsel couples or individuals, do the life coaching, whether it be through 939 Lifestyle or whether it be
I put Ginger in here, that's what I'm chewing.
Does it make sense to
exclude them?
No. if we did it together,
Mhm.
would that make it okay, even if their
Yeah.
husband, boyfriend, wife,
Isn't
girlfriend
involved?
is not involved?
Well, I
And
think
let's say they're not an ex. If somebody's just having trouble, like let's say
no, but
that-
no,
that-
let's not.
okay.
Let's deal with exes because
Okay.
that's where we're hung up right now. We're hung up on exes. We don't have a problem talking to people who we've not been in. Like now, if someone shows interest in one of us, which people have while we're together, other people have shown interest in us. And so we're like, okay, how are we going to deal with these people? If they're business colleagues, whatever, friends of the family, we have been willing to deal with those people. We keep in contact. We're like, okay, if you talk to them on the phone, you have to conference me in. Like we're figuring out how we're going to handle this. But when it comes to exes, we have to talk about it because previously, like I think Okolo maybe not have wanted me to be friendly with my exes or something. And so but we've gotten over that, but we made a rule. We set a rule. If you're going to be friends with the ex, your ex's new partner has to know about us. So he has one ex who doesn't let her husband know about him. And so I'm like, so what are we going to do about this? And so and I'm a friend of his ex. He's a friend of the ex, but the ex won't introduce her husband to him. And I'm wondering why. And so I'm like, that's inappropriate. Like, why is she building a bridge from around her husband? Like, and then a moat or something, yeah. So what do you all think? Who's online? Maybe they can help us out.
Because we're trying to figure this out, and we don't. I mean, some people are. I mean, I've been. There was a conversation in Clubhouse, and somebody just stood up and said, "Look, if someone of the opposite sex wants to be friends with me, this is this person talking. He said, I don't need any more friends." He said, what? And one woman was like, if some guy wants to be friends with me and gives me his phone number, I'm like, okay, that's great. I'm gonna give my husband your phone number. Well, wait, I didn't give. And she's like, well, what's the problem?
What's the problem? Yeah.
And that's closer to what I have requested of her. So just to give you some background, and this isn't dealing with exes, but her perspective on friends or men that she's dealt with has been, if they know about me, that's going to mess up the relationship that she's trying to build with them, whether it be
no
business. Okay,
no.
Why does a business person need to be? Why do I need to be? Okay, you say business. Men are obviously interested in it.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you how it starts. I might go into a shop, like a print shop, to get work done. I'm a paying customer, and so I have to deal with this person on a regular basis. So I develop a regular rapport with this person, and then I might tell Okolo, I think this person is starting to like me. Like that might be my problem. So I tell Okolo, I think this person is starts saying, well, introduce me to him. And then when Okolo comes into the presence of that person, he's mean. He's like, what are you? Like he's mean.
No,
yes, you are.
I was not mean to the print shop guy. What I was rude to the guy who was actively trying to get with you. Actively trying to ask you out, actively trying to get you to go to lunches.
I left all these people alone, but Okolo he's stuck with that situation. So how do you deal with the next? How do you all deal with things?
So that's our question. We don't have the answers right now.
We're not fighting anymore about it. We're just like, are we gonna? So he said he wants to give the ex. He wants to give the ex suggestions and advice about her current marriage.
No, it doesn't even have to be. It doesn't even have to be that far.
But you said,
well, that's
you said,
question.
can you help him out? But that's what he's probably doing. she's calling you, telling you about her business with her ex.
Oh,
I mean,
not,
with her current husband.
not, no.
Yeah.
Once she's mentioned that. Once she's mentioned, and she only meant, well, not only, she mentioned it with you present, listening, and she knew you were on the phone. So it was a conversation with us when she mentioned that.
Well, everybody has problems in their relationship that they encounter. We're just having trouble with him. I feel like, why can't she introduce her ex to him? Her current husband to him and us. Why can't we be two friend couples? Like, why can't we be? And she's like, she has reasons.
Well, some couples have a no ex rule.
Well, we can't work that out for them. And I'm not going to allow her to hide you from, because that means y'all still trying to have some type of bond and alliance going on. That means, and whenever we have an argument, previously we had an argument and you told her our business. That means whether I'm in the picture or he's in the picture, y'all still going to be friends. And if y'all were together once, y'all might try to be together again in the future. Like, why should I let that go on? Look, why should I be a mutual friend of both of you, which I really didn't have a problem with it. But he's not let her husband be our mutual friend. So she want to call you on the phone. I want to call him on the phone. Hey, let's chat. Like, if she could talk to you, why can't I talk to him?
Well, have either of us known him for
we can get
15 years?
But you still want to deal with her. So I'm like, let's call him up. I'm like, if she want to ring your phone, then let me ring his phone. Like, what's wrong with that? Or why doesn't he know your phone number? Why aren't y'all friends? So like Okovo, he made this rule. If I talk to one of my exes, like about a business proposal, he wants to be on the phone with them. And I'm like, why are you trying to be on the phone? It's like, okay, I don't try to get on the phone when you're talking to your ex-girlfriends about joining our new business.
Yes, you do.
No, I haven't. No, I just started that because you made that rule for me.
I've always welcomed you.
But I don't force myself. You force yourself. Like, he's like, but you've made calls to them where I didn't know you were calling your exes. You've invited them to join a new business that we're involved in. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm just going with the flow. But then when I try to reach out to one of my exes about this business venture, you're like, you're not talking to him. Not without me on the phone. And I'm like, that's unfair.
Because that's how I was introducing it to you. I'm like, we're all on the phone together.
Okay, so we're all on the phone together except for her husband. She doesn't want him to know you. Why?
Because they're about to get a divorce.
That means he thinks she might like you.
Nothing doesn't matter with that.
They ain't about to get a divorce. She posting pictures saying they're a happy family.
That's what people do.
She's telling you they're getting a divorce, but she's not telling her husband they're getting a divorce.
No, friends know things before the husband does.
And maybe that's the problem. Like, maybe that's why she's getting a divorce.
Could be.
Why should you be a bridge? I'm saying she needs a different support system when it comes to problems with her marriage. Not you. He cheated on his ex-wife with her. And so that means y'all went around the corner behind people's back doing what y'all did. So I'm supposed to be all right with that. So even if I'm all right with that, it's going further when she says she can't tell her husband about you. And I'm like, why? So that makes me want to request his friendship and be like, let's be friends. Like, let me see what that's about. Like, why you get to be friends with her and he doesn't know about you? So I'm like, I thought we were going to all be friends. I'm like, let us all be friends. But she's like, no. And I'm like, why? I just want to know why, especially when he makes a rule that I can't even talk to my exes unless he's on the phone. So that makes me feel like that's a friendship you're not willing to give up. And if we were to break up today, tomorrow you'll still be talking to her and he still won't know. And you know, so that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, like that sounds like an attachment to me. Like it's something you're not willing to you don't want to let go.
See,
and
just
I mean,
to speak generally, I don't ever want to let go of friends.
Well, maybe you shouldn't be having sex with him. I mean, what you want him to be, a friend or? I mean,
just because you were with somebody in the past doesn't mean they can't be a friend in the present and the future. And that's just the way I grew up.
That ain't the way. That's the way you grew up. That's just how you are.
No, that's how I grew up.
You saw your mother do that. You saw your father do that.
Yeah, I saw my father do that. There was a
you think
woman,
that was right?
it's not about right or wrong. It's that's what I knew. I just knew that even today he's friendly with his exes. He has dinner with them. He goes to movies with them.
And he'll probably sleep with him again if he gets lonely and wants some stuff.
As far as I know, he's known this person for 40 years almost. Never went back to her. Never slept with her again. 40 years? I mean, there's a lot of opportunity in 40 years.
True. Well, what I'm saying is what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Like, if you have a rule that we can't, like you got to know my exes, they got to know you. Why don't we have an understanding that you can't be friends with an ex if their spouse don't know about you? Like, if I'm a friend of my ex-husband and his current wife doesn't know about me and we're still talking on the phone at night.
Well, okay, to be fair though, you reached out to one of your exes whose girlfriend doesn't matter what for.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Doesn't matter what for.
I'm sorry. I'm not.
You reached out to him. Mm-hmm. He's got a girlfriend, wife, whatever, who doesn't know about you. He was cheating on her with you. Yes, he was. Or he was trying to.
I never cheated.
He was cheating on her with you.
No,
or trying
I never cheated. Huh? You talking about? You said he was cheating on his current lady with me.
Yeah, he was trying to, at least. He was trying to keep you as a side piece.
He never had me as a side piece.
But he wanted to.
So somebody was trying to holler at me while their relationship was deteriorating.
No, while she was getting back into his life, he wanted to keep you.
Whisper in my ear. I don't know who you're talking about. Whisper. I'm not going to say the names of who you're talking about. So
you described it so anybody who knows anything is going to know who you're talking about.
Well, describe it better because I don't even know who you're talking about.
What is his name?
You don't know?
The one you said his wife, girlfriend, whatever, moved off someplace else, and then he moved her into his house.
So what did he do to me or for me?
What do you mean?
How were we in? We were never in a relationship.
What were you doing with him then?
I was never with him. Like, we went on a date. We went out to eat. Who are you talking? No, dude, she was out of the picture.
No, she was coming back in the picture.
No, okay, let me tell you.
No. She was. You told me that she moved back in his house.
Yeah, okay, so I was dating this guy, and his baby's mama took the child and moved like 6 states away. She moved somewhere else, and they broke up. When she moved away, he and I started talking. We weren't even really dating, but we were spending a lot of time together. So he and I kept breaking up. We were off and on. And one of the times we were off, she came back and he got back with his baby's mama. After he got back with his baby's mama, he started trying to come see me.
Exactly what I said.
So he tried to, Does
she know about you?
Wait a minute, dude. You're getting ahead of yourself.
Okay.
Follow what I'm saying.
Okay.
Don't try to prove me wrong. Just follow what I'm saying. We broke up or whatever. We were on our off stage. She came back and lived in his house. They were together with their baby and whomever else. He got discontent in some way and tried to call me again while she was yet living in his house. So I was the primary chick, and he tried to turn me into the side chick after she got back. And I said, excuse me, this is not happening. How am I going to go from being the primary to the side? And I was like, no way. Like, you already made your decision. When you let her move in, that means we can't be back and forth, off and on. I'm not going to be somebody's side chick. I'm like, that ain't what I'm going to be doing. So what is your misunderstanding about that? I never let it go anywhere.
No, my point is, he's an ex.
He's an ex.
Yeah. His girlfriend / wife doesn't know about you.
Okay.
And you reached out to him.
Okay, so I had a GoFundMe page for something. And it was only just to see if he would donate money for, and this was a GoFundMe to raise money for a business cause. But we don't even talk on the phone. So why would he introduce his lady, his baby's mama, to me if we're not even talking on the phone anymore? And
so a text is okay.
No, what I'm saying is it's not going to be an ongoing conversation. He doesn't talk to me about their relationship. I don't talk to him about our relationship. All I did was he saw my Facebook video about the making of a good man. I sent him a video about the making of a good man, and he said, I saw the video and I'm thinking about making a contribution. And that was it. We haven't even, I think he texted me once to say happy birthday to my son, Ruben. And that was it. But I don't even talk to him. It's been, I've been in Ocolo for 3 years. And I think there was 2 text messages to that guy. One was about the GoFundMe video, which I sent to everybody. Like, I just sent one video to like all my contacts. And he said, I'm thinking about contributing. That was it. And he hasn't even said anything, and he hasn't contributed either. Then last September, he said, I think Ruben and I share the same birthday. And he said, tell Ruben happy birthday. Like, he hasn't tried to get back with me. And we don't talk. It's like you have so many exes that you say happy birthday. You have so many exes that you say, I'm in this new business venture. But all of them know me. And you've let me talk to all of those exes. Their husband talked to you. That's the difference.
Have I ever talked to this guy?
I never talked to some of your, and you still talk to them on a regular basis.
Regular basis?
Yeah, like there's some of your exes that I haven't spoken to. You haven't introduced me to a few of them, but I see that they know about me and their husband knows about you. It's different with this person. Her husband doesn't know about you and she ain't trying to let him know about you. I'm wondering why. And even if I don't know,
I ask the same question about this guy.
His wife doesn't need to know about me because I'm not trying to be his friend. I'm not inviting him to join my business team. I'm not inviting him to be a partner of our business. I'm not calling him, chatting about how he feels about his new relationship. I already told you what happened specifically. Asked him if he wanted to send money to this GoFundMe page. And he said, happy birthday to my son last year. Now, if we want to call him a buzzard and say he's hanging around just in case we break up, like that's that. Maybe all of the exes hang around for that reason. At least he knows about you. You know about him.
Does his girlfriend know about us?
She doesn't know about me because we're not even involved. I haven't called him. You trying to call her today to invite her to a business venture.
No, I didn't.
Listen, you're trying. You want her to be involved.
No, what
yes,
business?
You do.
What business?
What business? Dude, go check your phone and see what business she just texted you about 2 weeks ago. And you haven't answered her because you don't know how, because you know you already made a rule that I can't even talk to my exes without you. So how you talking to her and you trying to have an ongoing relationship with her? and not her husband. You should wonder, you in this, why you're secret? And why you marry him instead of you? Why y'all break up? So if you broke up with this person, or she broke up with you, she chose him over you. So why are you still loyal to her? Why are you still trying to be her friend?
Doesn't, just because you don't marry somebody doesn't mean you can't be their friend.
Well, but I'm like, if she wanted you, why didn't she keep you when she had you?
That's not relevant to this conversation.
Yeah, well, some people only want to use you. They only keep you because they want to use you as a resource. Like, what does, I don't mind. Okobo has a lot of exes, but he made a rule that he was like, he asked me too, why doesn't, anyways, what do you, I have exes that I don't even talk to. That person, we never even had sex. So he's not even really my ex. We never really tongue kiss or French kiss, none of that. We played around, we spent time together, but we weren't even dating. We were never even official. Like, and I had plenty of time to be official with him. I didn't choose him. You were actually in a relationship with this person for years, a few years. Like, I'm just saying, why? Well, why don't you tell me why you think it's okay for you to be in the dark, for her husband to be in the dark concerning you?
I'm not saying it is okay, but I'm questioning, because if love is the answer, and I don't mean love like as in love, or I'm talking about
like
genuine,
peace,
like peace and love on earth, and we're supposed to lead with love. If there's, like I told you before, if there's anybody who's ever in need, I don't care who they are. I don't care if they're an ex. I don't care if they're a homeless person on the street. I don't care, like, if family member, not family member. If somebody comes and asks me for help and I'm able to do it, I'm gonna do everything I can to help. Doesn't matter who or what they are. That's just the spirit I have.
But you don't want me to do things to help my exes. You be like, why are you doing that?
No, but okay. But you're talking about an ex who is supposed to be paying you, who owes you child support. He owes you child support, and you're giving him money.
Well,
exactly. That doesn't make any sense.
You got exes who give you money.
Not regularly.
You think her husband knows she's giving you money?
Okay.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Comparison?
Both of us are some kind of else. We something else. Both of us. But when we have a rule, he tries to bend it for his benefit.
Babe, what I'm saying is, if you want to get this dude on the phone,
which dude?
Any of those dudes.
I don't have any dudes. You gotta do that over there, who wants to be your friend but won't tell her husband about you. Why? So I feel like she's keeping you a secret because he will wonder all this time. Like, I think he knows about you too as something else in her life, not as an ex-boyfriend. He knows about you, but he doesn't know you were actually dating. And so if he finds out she's been spending all this time on the phone with you and you are actually her ex and not her coach or mentor, he's gonna flip if he finds out she's been spending all this time with you and he doesn't know that that's probably why their relationship is messed up, because she's not being honest. He might not be honest about some other stuff. He might be irresponsible, whatever. They have issues they need to work out. You don't need to be somebody's confidant who you used to cheat on your ex-wife with. And if she caused your last marriage to break up, why are you even letting her in our marriage? Why are you letting her in our relationship?
That's not true. Right?
What's not true? Because you were still married, but you already had left her in your mind, but you were still living with her.
We don't have to get into that.
Well, that's important.
No, it's not. We don't need to speak about people who it's obvious who we're talking about.
Our whole lives are obvious. Who you trying to protect? Your ex-wife? You already did whatever you were gonna do. Who am I trying to protect? My ex-husband? He is wherever he is, with whomever he wants to be with. Why would we need to protect them? Like, or you protecting yourself?
No.
Okay. So
that's our question. That's our dilemma. We'd like your input. Give us a.
and I like this person, but I'm like, okay, he doesn't get to be friends with her and her husband not know that they used to be together. Or her husband doesn't know that she's talking to him. Like, why are you being kept a secret? I'm thinking, well, I'm not gonna be stupid. I mean, if I'm gonna be your friend, I'm gonna be your friend. But believe me, I mean, I'm not just gonna be going into things blindly. Look at you. He's so used to just getting his way. And like, but he makes most of the rules. He makes all our relationship rules. Then he has to end up following them. And that's why I'm like, when you put somebody in a cage, you have to stand there with the key. And like, I might not be able to do anything, but you have to stand there and guard me. And then you become a prisoner of your own rules. That's why I don't like making rules for people. I'm like, but once you make a rule for me, I'm gonna hold you accountable to that rule and be like, hey, you can't make rules for me to follow, and you don't have to follow them yourself.
See, but there's the buzzard aspect of it. I recognize that, and
The buzzard aspect, yeah.
I hear that part of it. But you can say there's no difference. I'm talking about men who actually made advances to you, made advances towards you, and they've had, whether it be girlfriends, wives, whatever it is. And I'm like, wait a second, this person won't tell you, and they're making advances to you.
Won't tell me.
And they won't tell whether it's their current girlfriend or their wife or whoever it is, that you don't exist. And they're trying to get with you. Like, so that's different. That's different than recognizing that, look, this is a friendship. It might have been something in the past, but it is a friendship. It will never be anything else in the future. That understanding is there.
Well, maybe in your mind. But why won't she tell her husband about you? Because if she ever leaves him and ends up with you, then he'll know that all this time.
That's not why.
Well, listen. Okay, so if our ex has a problem in their current romantic relationship, we need to stay out of it. How are we going to give them advice?
No, so let's not even go into the advice part of it. Let's say we don't even talk about advice in their relationship.
Yeah.
Let's remove that.
I think some exes will try to talk to you about your current relationship because they always want to be first in your mind. They be like, oh, you can do better than that. It's like they create a place in your mind that's for them, and it makes you think. They want to show how they're always the best person for you. It's like they want you to be loyal to them forever and ever and ever and ever. It's like at some point you have to sever that. You have to sever that. You can't be loyal to somebody you once were in a relationship with, because they'll think you're more loyal to them than you are to your current relationship.
So you can't be friends with them. So
he's saying, what is a friend?
Exactly.
You can be friends with boundaries.
You can be friendly. If you're a friend,
mm-hmm.
then
okay. So you're saying you really can't be friends if you can't be whole and complete friends and be there for them in every way. Then right, you don't need to be friends with your exes if you don't know how to keep that. If you don't know how to be professional with your ex, then you can't be friends with them. And that's what you're saying. Like, I'm not saying that, but that's what you think. So I guess we have to renegotiate, because you like to do business with your exes. We have businesses that we're trying to run, and the way these businesses work is you have to reach out to people you know. And it's easier for him. He had to reach out to people he knows that are exes because they made money together at one time before, possibly. I don't know. Me, I'm like, if he's in my past, he's in my past for a reason. And I don't spend a lot of time like with on him. Only oh, and the thing about these people who he thinks like me, most
Wait,
times
wait, wait.
most times they work at some store I go to.
Second, baby.
Oh.
You have agreed with me that they liked you. Now you don't anymore? We got to go through that all over again?
No, what I'm saying
No. Answer that.
No, what you said is you're talking about people who work at Staples and places like that. And I'm like, these are people whom I frequent their businesses or where they work to get products and services that they offer. So once I start going in there a lot, they might go from just being professional to saying, "You got a boyfriend?" And so I say, yeah, but up until that point, it's all business for me. And he's like, okay, you're going in this shop all the time. This guy thinks you like him.
That's not the best example.
Oh.
Even
the mechanic
who's sending you personal pictures
of a fish that he caught on a hook.
Yes, because he knows you like fishing and he's inviting you fishing. Don't you understand that if someone says, "Oh, you like fishing? Here, I'm on a boat and I'm fishing," that's an invitation to go fishing with him?
Oh, well,
that's a date invitation.
Invited. I was gonna go on. I wanted to go on a double date. I was trying to hook him up with my best friend or my friend. I was trying to hook him up with my friend, and Okola and I, and all four of us, I wanted us to go on a deep sea fishing trip. But Okolo got in the way and was like, "You're not even interested."
Hold on. Well, I don't ever
wait.
That.
I'd already introduced my friend because so I told my friend about the man. I told the man about her.
But you didn't tell me we were going to go fishing.
No, listen. I introduced them to one another, and then Okolo stopped that. Wait, he said, "I don't want you to hook them up because he's really just trying to get close to you, which is me." I said, "What?" He was like, if he dates her, he's only going to be dating her so he can be close to me. And I'm like, what? So that trip, that never happened. And then,
but hold on. When he sent you that picture
of a fishing picture,
was he sending it so we could go on a double fishing date? Or was he sending it to you only?
He was just sending a picture that he caught of a fish.
Why?
Because
he wanted you to go fishing with him. That's called a date request.
No, it's not. How?
God, really? You don't know how people act? Women, are you really that like, come on?
So he's got so many female friends. He's got this man, he can get pictures and texts, all kinds of interactions with all kinds of females, and it's okay. But somebody sent me a picture of a fish on a hook that they just on a boat.
Someone who just met you, who you met in the middle of sex, and you immediately gave him your phone number. He immediately started.
He is a mechanic.
It doesn't matter.
And I needed my car fixed.
Right. So you told me very specifically, I don't want men to know you exist because if they know you exist, it might mess up what I've got trying to go on.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you why it was like that. Okolo.
No. Hold on. I didn't say introduce me. You didn't even want them to know I exist.
No.
That's what you said to me.
No. Okay. Well. Okay. Listen. This how it is. Okay. So I'll be doing business. Wait. Okay.
Admit you said that.
Yeah, because Okolo comes in their presence angrily, and then the people don't even want to deal with me anymore.
Wait. What does that have to do with them pushing up on you and you not telling them about me? Because you want to continue business.
No, I ignored them. But if I'm a customer, I'm paying for all my services. Every product I get, I pay for it. Then I give them discounts. I'm just going in there doing business. Then as soon as next thing I know, they're talking about they're not able to work on my project. They can't fix my car. They back out because he acts angrily towards them.
I'm talking about before that. I act angrily because this guy's trying to ask you out. You haven't even told him about me. And you're telling me the reason you can't tell them about me is because they may not want to do the work for you.
Okay, so he knew about you because that's why I was trying to set up a double date.
No, before that.
Okay, so I know what he's talking about. When somebody is flirting with me, like in the store, I'm just a customer. I don't have to say, I got a man. I'm just there to get my work done. I don't care what they say. I'm being professional.
No, she's not. You are a flirt. You are a flirt. So now you're flirting with this guy who's flirting with you, and then you're not telling them about me. Oh, no wonder these guys are confused.
Well, I know I'm not really.
You know. What about them?
Why do they need to be confused?
Why do they? Well, because you're flirting with them.
No, he's flirting, being nice, saying hi, say hi, show them how I flirt. I can't even be nice to people. And what I do to men, I do to women too. I'm like, how you doing? You look nice today. Or I'll be like, thank you, just smiling. And I'm like, just being friendly.
So a guy's flirting with you and you're going to say, oh, you look nice today. And he's not going to be confused?
I don't touch him all the time. I don't like touching him.
Oh, you look nice today after they're flirting with you.
Like the next 2 days later.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm like, you look nice. Yeah, that's okay.
All right.
You tell women they look nice.
Not women that are flirting with me. Not women that are actively trying to get in my pants.
Yes, you did.
No.
You give compliments and you like compliments. Look at you smiling. That's a micro expression. He likes compliments too. And he likes words of affirmation. So people always up in his face, and he's always feeling so great because everybody's always praising him. Wow, you're the best. You're wonderful. I want you on my team. And he's like Chester Cat. And he thinks he can be a recipient of that, but nobody else can.
Not if the person's actively trying to get with me.
People do ain't trying to give it to you. They be asking him to be his people. Okay. These women contact, they're like, I need somebody like you in my business.
Okay.
I want you to be my partner. They tell him, I want you to be my mentor.
In front of me.
People, well, just move up.
Why? People keep moving back and forth.
Well, they can't see. Well, people who have been in the business longer than him contact him talking about, I want you to be my mentor. I was like, honey, please. They want more than just a mentor. Calling him all the time, asking him to partner with them. And I'm looking at him like, oh, you get to do all of that, but I don't. You know how many friendships I've severed, how many business ideas and things that haven't gone anywhere because you get in the way. So
we've already talked about that one. That was one incident. It hadn't happened before, and it hasn't happened since.
But it's a history.
No, not with me, not in our relationship.
Well, people still asking you to team up with them and partner up with you. And I'm like, okay.
Well, okay,
am I going to be in that? Am I going to be part of this business?
Yes.
Yeah, but you forming these connections with women.
Okay, and you have to understand.
And
there is a difference.
They don't care.
There is a distinction between doing business with someone of the opposite sex and doing business with someone who wants to be with you and you're actively keeping me a secret.
Okay.
Do you understand that there's a difference?
Yes. Well, I don't actually keep him a secret until he starts acting crazy.
Until I'm a secret, I'm a secret. Not until. If I'm a secret, I'm a secret.
What I'm trying to do is get this business done. I'm trying to get my car fixed.
And she knows that if she's flirting with this man, it's more likely he's going to do the work.
Dude, I'm a customer.
But why are you flirting with them?
I'm not flirting.
Yes, you do.
How am I flirting? I'm being nice to people. How am I flirting?
Okay.
Tell me what flirting is.
Okay, if a man,
I'm like, good morning. He doesn't even want me smiling, saying good morning.
If a man is coming on to you,
what you all happy for?
If a man is coming on to you, no, I don't want you smiling up in his face.
Okay, cut. I walk into a store. Can you help me find such and such? And the person helped me find it. Then Okolo, why are you stepping out?
Because you keep stepping in front of me.
I'm over here.
No, you weren't.
So then Okolo will walk up and say, what's going on right here? Why y'all laughing? And I'm like, in the conversation. I'm like, okay, I was
I've never been that direct.
Yes, you
No, I
have.
haven't.
Yes, you have several times.
No. This guy was a photographer. What I think the one you're talking about, this guy was.
No, I'm did so many times that you don't.
No, I've
I'm
never
gonna tell
been
you
that
3
direct.
times. An old man,
Stop stepping in front of me.
an old man in a line said he was a photographer.
Old man.
That was old, like he was like
maybe 5 years old, and maybe.
Dude, that was a black man. He was like 70 years old.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was. That was a pimp daddy who still wear a Kangol hat
anyway.
With a burgundy
we have
suit
different
on.
memories. Go ahead.
Dude, I know how I usually can tell the age of a black man. He was old. He just looked slim. He was like, what's up? Like he was a pimp daddy. And he said he has a photography business. And he gave me his business card. Yet while the business card was almost in my hand, Okobo took it and said, we don't need photographers. That was one. Another one is we were standing in the line waiting for pizza. And my children and I were talking to this guy about Facebook internships. My nephew has been on a Facebook internship, and the dude's father was on a Facebook internship. Apparently, Facebook hires people who are at the top of their class, whether it's college or whatever. Facebook wants those people to intern for them. So I was like, what? I'm all the way here. My nephew is in New Jersey. He's here. He was there. It was at MGM, the casino in Springfield, Mass. And his father was gambling there, but they live somewhere else. So we're like, damn, what are the odds of both of us having a family member that has interned with Facebook? And we're like, oh, wow, that's great. Okobo comes out of the bathroom and he's like, I haven't even been gone for 5 minutes.
I didn't say that in front of him.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
You said, what is this conversation about? You was like, he's trying to pick you up. And
I did not say that in front of him.
You did that, and my kids were standing right there.
I did not say that in front of him.
He's talking to me and all my children. I got 6 kids.
I did not say that in front of him.
But your face said everything.
That's different.
You do like this. What's this about? You said I only been going for 5 minutes, and you trying to somebody. And
that's what I said after
flirt.
He left. After we walked away, I said that.
So that's another instance. Then another instance, I'm in the line at Walmart.
Wait, hold on. Just got a question. Do you recognize in that instance? Let me speak. Okay. Do you recognize in that instance that guy was flirting with you?
No, I don't. I don't agree. How is he flirting with me just because
Let me ask you something, guys. Do you go up and talk to ugly women that you don't like randomly? Yes or no? Do you? You go, there's a whole bunch of women.
He said, how's that pizza? How's the pizza?
It's called a pickup line.
Have I ever eaten
it? It's called a pickup line.
I talk to people. See, maybe I don't know. Because I use pickup lines on women then. I'll talk to a woman in the line in a minute.
Do you not understand
have you ever had this pizza? No. How are you going to make a difference? How is it okay for you to talk to people but not me? I feel like you trying to imprison me in a few ways.
Okay. So you don't imprisoning you is not recognizing this guy was flirting.
Yeah, it's like you don't want me to be my own self.
No. Like we're talking about him flirting with you.
So why are you punching me for that?
Because you are flirting with him back.
How was I flirting with him? I wasn't flirting. How was I flirting with the man who we're talking about Facebook?
Okay. First, you have to recognize he was flirting with you.
Okay, I accept that from you. How was I flirting with him?
Because if someone's flirting with you and you immediately go into mode, that's receiving what they're giving.
Okay, I'll work on that. I don't like, see, I feel like he's trying to brainwash me when he does that, but I'll consider it. So then there was this in Walmart in line, this man was behind me with his son, and we were just talking. You know how the line is long, and I said something to him. I was like, well, we better not leave this line and get in that one, because you know how that goes. As soon as you get over there, they close the line. And then, or you go over there and the line is longer than this one. You just didn't see it. So Okobo comes back. He was like, let's just come. I don't even know if he said anything, but I could sense what he felt. And I was like, he said, you flirting with him right in front of me in the store or something? I'm like, what? How's that flirting? Maybe I do. Maybe I am flirtatious.
Of course you are.
But
you admitted to me your ex-husband was okay with you flirting. He wanted you to flirt. He wanted to see men out there trying to get with you. He wanted that. I don't want that.
But he's not. He wasn't insecure. He
I gotta be
feel like
insecure
I
or
was gonna
insecure.
leave him for somebody else. You know, I don't know. Maybe he wanted that.
I
for
want a
his
certain
own
level of
reasons.
respect, and I don't need to see you standing there flirting with a man right in front of my eye. I don't need to see that.
Yeah, but he's on the phone all day long talking to a bunch of women. Yeah. And you think, I'm like, only reason they're spending all this time with you on this phone is because like they're getting close to you. They're like, I need you. That's what a woman wants. A woman knows how to get a man to recognize her. If she shows him that she needs him, that wakes him up. It's like, that's a man's primary job. Protect, provide. Okay, if a man loves you, he's going to do those things. He's going to provide for you, protect you, and he's going to profess his love for you or whatever. That shows up in a few ways. And a woman constantly asking my man to do something, she thinks he's her provider. Why somebody constantly got you doing something for them? They're looking to you as their provider. That's what a husband.
So you're saying all the people that I do business with, that my job is to help them. That's what they're doing.
Well, sometimes people they try to rent your husband or your boyfriend or your fiance. They're trying to rent your man. It's like, go get your own.
But didn't you just say you usually hear them, which means they're on speakerphone and you're right there? How many of these men? Hold on, wait, I got a question for you.
Oh.
How many of these men did you ever, or were you ever willing to talk to them with me present? Zero.
Okay, but that's
zero.
All right, I'll check that box. But whenever you're constantly there for a woman, you think she cares that I'm right there? No, she's still having that need met by you. And you still feel good about it. You still feel like you've done a manly duty. And you know how many rich men you know how many rich men will mess with somebody who is on welfare or Section 8? Because they feel like she needs him. His wife probably doesn't need him financially because she got her own money, or she's already got his money. She don't need him. She like, handling business. But how many times do men who are high up in positions of authority and power mess with somebody who's freaking working at McDonald's? Because they're like, she constantly like, I can't afford my bills. Like, she's a damsel in distress, and men need to be. Wait,
you are so far off. Which of the people that I work with?
Well,
regularly.
He works with so many women who are constantly complaining about their relationship with who they're with now, and constantly complaining about or stressing about everything. I'm like, we're not gonna actually talk about business.
Okay, so I got
all the time. They constantly he'll spend an hour letting her vent about her jacked up life, and then I'm like, but aren't y'all supposed to be talking about business? When you ever gonna get to that? I'm like, why am I sitting here listening to her whole life story? Even though I'm not on the phone, I know what she's talking about because I hear his responses. Or
I'm always on speakerphone. Unless you ask me not to be.
Or I actually hear the conversation. So I'm like, okay, they just getting close.
Why can't you understand?
She's just getting close to him.
Why can't you understand there's a difference if you're there listening?
There ain't no difference to them. They still getting what they want. They're getting you to hear them, and they're getting to vent. They're feeling emotional.
So where does the circle life coaching fit into this?
Okay, but why can't I talk to men like that?
With me present?
Yeah.
Hold on. Wait. No,
he said,
just ask me a question.
Wait, you said with me present. But I just now said, let me talk to my friend on the phone and you just listen in. He said, no, you're not going to hide me. I want to be part of the conversation. I'm like, dude, why do you gotta be part of the conversation where I'm talking to this guy about business and I'm not part of your conversations with all these women you're doing business with? I was like, last week, I just said, I want to talk to this guy. This guy was liking me to a degree, maybe. And he was like, no, I want to be on the call. I was like,
because the business we're working is a business we're working together.
no, you want to be on the call because you want to monitor how we interact.
And which of the businesses that we've done that I've ever introduced to anybody where I said, you can't be on the phone? Not a single one. Not a single one. Where I try to approach someone about business and I said, you can't be on the phone.
Dude, lots of times I was sitting right there on the call and you wouldn't let me speak. You and her laughing. I'm like, can you bring me in the conversation? Then I would make a statement in the conversation and he would act like I never said a word. She act like I never said a word. They were talking around me to one another. This happened so many times where I don't even get on the phone anymore. I'm like, whatever. I'll just hear the conversation. Because they exclude me from the conversation. So many times I said, and I would try to speak and I would say, I'm trying to, you know how you just try to get in there so you be in the conversation? He would ignore me completely, what I just said, and so would she. And they keep talking amongst themselves.
Okay.
And then I have to
Hold
just
on.
go, bam,
Has that dynamic ever happened? Have you ever let me be on the phone with any of these men?
I don't get on the phone with men. You don't even like the idea of them. Nevertheless, he actually go on my phone and called them and text him. And called him and actually tried to talk to him. I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
Well, what are they texting you for all the time?
They're not.
Well, the one I called did. The one I texted, he was texting me all the time.
Every single body you think likes me. If their number's in my phone, you calling it. So we're not going to do that anymore, right?
As long as you act right.
As long as I act right. What about you? What about them? You don't know what they planning. Why are they calling you? Like you're their confidant. It's like, why they running to you? They need to run to somebody else. Like if we're gonna be
where does Circle Financial? Hold on.
Counselors.
No, hold on.
Of somebody else.
Hold on a second. So if you guys don't know, my concept is the circle. The top part of the circle is spirit. Then there's Circle Fitness. There's Circle Financial and Circle Life Coaching. And the goal is to help a single individual become complete, become whole in every single area. So if we're going to talk about finances, we're also going to talk about fitness. We're also going to talk about life coaching. We're also going to talk about, are you happy in your job? Are you happy in your career?
In your marriage.
In your marriage. That's right. That's right.
Well, how is
that's
that?
Right.
And we're doing it together.
That's fine. But you won't let me be involved in those conversations with all these men who like you.
Because as soon as you find out about him, you make me cut him off. As soon as he finds out somebody at the gym likes me a little bit or something, he's like, you're not going back to that gym. I'm like, then I don't go back to the gym.
And that's not what happened either.
Yes, it is. I had to stop going to
the gym. You didn't stop going to that gym. The gym closed and then you stopped going. You went up until the point the gym closed. You never stopped going to that gym.
Yes, I did.
No,
gym was still open.
No,
okay, so what are we going to do? We're having this whole conversation because one of his friends doesn't want her husband to know about him. And I'm like, maybe it's for a reason. He got a little smile. You don't see his micro expression, but it's like he's got a smirk on his face. Right there, turn around.
Here, baby. You want to talk to these men and I'm on the phone? Fine. Because that's the way I've treated all of these.
I told him, just listen. You don't have to chime in. Isn't that better? What if
it's a business we're working together, why are you going to exclude me?
You have a lot of businesses I'm not even part of.
Well, that then, okay.
So
then.
why you gotta infiltrate every area of my life? But you have parts of your life I'm not involved with.
So, okay.
I don't want you being involved with those types of businesses. But I don't mind, I'll introduce you. Why you get to carry on your own personal, social, and business life without me, but I can't develop my own friends and social relationships and business partnerships. He's got to be part of every area of my life, but he has his own separate stuff going on.
And just so you know, every other day, she's like, I want you involved, I don't want you involved. I want you involved, I don't want you involved. I want to work with you, I don't want to work with you. And it's like whiplash.
So I feel like he only wants to be involved with my businesses to keep an eye on me, the babysit.
Okay, so our businesses that she's talking about, I was doing before I met her.
And I was doing before I met him.
Exactly.
Everybody knows. I was already
exactly. So why wouldn't we figure out a way to work together?
Because we still haven't yet. We were supposed to have a meeting at 2:30 so we could figure out how to work this together. And what happened?
You weren't ready.
You were. Yes, I was. You were on a phone call.
I was done by 2:40.
The meeting. We were supposed to meet at 2:30. You got respect.
You were coming out of the bathroom.
Well,
you were getting dressed.
Okay, 2:40. Dude, I heard when you hung up. You hung up, and then she called right back. And then
you weren't ready. Okay.
Yes, I was.
Hold on. Okay, let me tell you something.
Listen,
hold on.
Then it was time to do this video at 3 o'clock.
Constantly, I tell you, when you're ready, speak it with your mouth.
But
no. Listen to me. We do this all the time. Because until you're ready,
you gotta be responsible to show up.
No, listen to what I'm saying.
No.
Listen. No. You see, not listening.
I already heard you. You said, whenever I'm ready, come get you. But no, both of us supposed to be ready at the same time. Both of us
you weren't ready.
Yes, I was.
You were in the
Dude, I heard you on the phone with want to look at your phone?
Sure.
And see what time you hung up with her? Our meeting was at 2:30. This is where we're supposed to work on our business, our coaching business. And his phone, he got off the phone. If our meeting was at 2:30,
you're in the wrong place.
Oh, you didn't talk to her from here?
That's favorites.
Oh, I'm just looking for regular phone calls. So our meeting was at 2:30, and he was on the phone with this person. Well, the last time you talked, a missed call. But where was the last conversation y'all had? 2:52, 2:39. He was on the phone. He was on the phone with her at 2:32, 2:39, and 2:52.
Okay, so what?
And our meeting was at 2:30.
Wait a second, babe. Until you're here's the thing. You want me? Like,
no, you gotta be ready.
You have to let me speak.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You have to let me speak.
All right.
It's the number one thing I request in our relationship, and you cut me off all the time.
You cut me off too.
Okay, but it's not the number one thing you ask.
Well, why are you making excuses when you weren't ready at 2:30? I'm saying you're not respecting the business we're trying to build together. And you always placing
so at
2:30.
So when we have a meeting, you want me to turn around and say, okay, I'm ready, and wait for you for 45 minutes until you're ready.
No.
So what do you want me to do?
Anyway, so what we're talking about
if you're in the bathroom.
He wants to be involved with the businesses that I'm establishing. And I kind of want him involved too. But it seems like he only wants to be involved, so I won't be dealing with men.
That's not it at all.
Okay, so we good then. But we just need to work on our business together. And it needs to be respected. It doesn't even have to be a priority. It needs to be respected. Just like you make appointments for other businesses. When we make an appointment, like so we can move forward, we need to progress. Like we have been trying to do business with one another for 3 years. And for whatever reason, we still it hasn't been jump started yet. It's like we start and stop. I start, then we start. It's like constantly on and never making progress. And I feel like I'm being dragged about by all the businesses he wants to be involved with because I'm some type of affiliate or partner going to these meetings he's doing. And I'm like, I can't ever get my stuff started because I'm distracted with his stuff that's already established. And then when it's time to make an appointment for my business, something of his keeps taking precedence over
Okay,
my
so
business.
this is my request to you, and it's the same thing I say when we're getting ready to leave someplace. If you're if you're moving around,
Mhm.
getting yourself ready, and you're not ready when you say you're going to be ready, and unless you you have to let me know when you're ready, because I'm going to keep myself busy up until the time we leave. I'm not going to sit there and twiddle my thumbs waiting for you. And I'm not going to know you're ready until you say it out of your mouth. See,
both of us just need to be ready when we're supposed to be ready. Because you're gonna find something to do, then I see you're not ready, then I find something to do. If you're on a phone call, you're not gonna just hang up on him. So I'm like, okay, let me go do this real quick. So both of us are not ready. Both of us are not ready because we want to do something else. And then next thing I know, we didn't even have a meeting, and my business is just put off another day. Because he doesn't want me, he wants to be involved with my business. And so I can't even make progress without his input because he's a primary part of it. But I need his input because we need to fit him in where he's going to be. So I'm like, you want me to just send this information myself and just assign you a position? No, we got to talk about it. And it's never being talked about, or it's constantly being talked about, never agreed upon. So it's like he's making money and I'm just hovering, like I told him I feel like a bracelet or an ankle bracelet. I'm just an accessory for him. I'm just following him around to all his businesses, all his meetings. And I'm like, my time is valuable. I need to be sitting down. And then when he is doing his business, I'm trying to stay put so I can establish something, so I can make some progress. And he's like, why are you such an introvert and you're trying to stand here all day? I'm like, how am I going to ever get any work done if I'm running behind you? Then it's like, I just feel like all my stuff is constantly put on the back burner. And then he'll have the nerve to talk to me and say, I haven't been working my business, or my business hasn't progressed in 3 years. I'm like, of course it hasn't progressed because he signed me up for every new business. Every new business he gets involved with, he's signing me up for it. And I got to go learn something, follow something, be in this meeting, be in that meeting. And I'm overwhelmed. I'm like, Dad, I can't even think straight.
So what you're doing is you're blaming me.
I'm blaming you.
You're not taking personal responsibility.
The responsibility that I need to take is to say no to you.
Whatever it is.
Okay.
Whatever it is. You can't blame me for anything in your life. Nobody can.
Of course. But I'm just saying, you make me feel like you're trying to make me feel like something's wrong with me because I need some quiet time alone to figure my stuff out.
Yeah, but it's been 3 years. How much more time you need?
How much time am I going to get to sit down and do some work instead of running behind you all the time? Like, how am I going to do what I got to do? No, I'm always engaged in businesses that he's getting involved with. And then how many, we got like 10 businesses probably, and all of them he pretty much got involved with. And now it's something that I have to do. I have to be somewhere. I have to do something. I have to learn something, be present. And then that it doesn't stop there. Every other day he brings another suggestion. And I'm like, time, energy, resources, money. Time, energy, resources, money. Time, energy, resources, money. And I'm doing like this, spinning around in circles with him. He's able to multitask and get all this stuff done. And I'm like, okay, I'm trying to get my stuff off the ground. I can't do that because I'm focusing on you and what you're doing. And then he makes me feel like I need to be supportive of him. And I'm like, okay.
The only thing I've ever said to you is decide.
Decide.
If you're going to be part of Circle Financial, be a part of Circle Financial. If you're not going to be a part of Circle Financial, don't say you want to be part of Circle Financial. Because what you do is you say you don't want to be involved, and then you complain that you're not on a meeting, or that you complain you're not included. And I'm like, wait, just yesterday you said you didn't want anything to do with it.
But then you keep inviting me to these meetings, and he'll say,
you're on a text blast. Everyone gets invited.
Oh.
You want me to take you off the blast?
Then he'll be like,
do you want me to take you off the text blast?
That's why you're not making progress in this business because you didn't go to this last meeting. And then I'll start going to the meetings, and then he'll be like, you're not doing anything with this business. You just not making any progress. I'm like, dude, how am I spending time with these businesses? I'm giving it my money, my time, my energy, my resources, and get no credit from him. I'm like, okay, I can't help it if people ain't buying what I'm selling. I can't help it if my family didn't look at an insurance package. That doesn't mean I didn't ask them. I've been texting people, calling them. If they don't want it, they don't want it. But you're going to say I'm not doing anything because nobody's bought anything?
You just told me that you're not able to do it because you're too busy. So that means you're not doing anything.
But still, yet and still, look at my Facebook, look at my messages. I've been texting my sister, calling my mom. I've been texting people. There's so many people in my Facebook Messenger right now. You can look and see I'm still working. I can't help it if they're saying they already got this. They don't need that. Like I don't like to be in sales, but I'm still texting my nephew, my mother, my sister. I'm talking to my friends, their boyfriend, dude. Why are you not giving? He doesn't give me any credit for working, spending time doing these things, showing up to these meetings, taking notes, holding positions, unless I make some money doing it. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to make money doing it anymore. I'm tired. I need to make money doing my business. Because I'm disappointed because all this work I'm putting in, I don't see any results. And you say I'm not doing anything, but I just spent 2 hours in one meeting with you. I should get paid for that. I need to get paid for my time. You got me going on the call. You got me going for
paid on the time for their time.
But you can't say I'm not participating if I'm on the call. I'm hosting these meetings. I'm co-hosting. I'm posting stuff on my Facebook. All that stuff takes time, energy, effort, and a lot of it is now taking money. It's been taking money for 3 years. I'm giving and giving and giving and giving and giving. I need to start giving to myself. I need time, and you make me feel guilty about sitting here. And I'm planning because I'm a thinker and a writer. I have to write out what I'm doing for my own business. And he tells me I'm not doing anything because he doesn't see what I'm doing. I'm like, I'm over here working. You don't respect that.
What we're talking about is this summer, she never wanted to go visit people. She didn't want to interact with people. She didn't want to talk to people. She didn't want to hang out with people.
But I did. I did. And we made money because of things that I've done. And I suggested places I went to, ideas I had. We made money. See, he's saying I didn't do it, but I did. That's what makes me annoyed. All this time, I spent the whole summer working on a project that he was involved with. I put money into it. I'm walking up and down the street, knocking on in the middle of COVID, going into businesses, talking to individuals, making flyers. Like I'm writing articles, posting on my timeline. And he gonna tell me I ain't done nothing. And I'm like, well, dude, where my time at? How my whole summer gone? And you saying I didn't do anything with it. And by the way, I've been making money. So why are you not giving me any credit? That makes me feel like you don't appreciate my time. So I feel like I'll take my time away and go do what I want to do with it and stop running behind you, start building my own business. Like how you gonna say, and then we all day long we socialize, going to parties and on this person's in their house, all these doing all workouts. Day. Go look at my videos from the summer. All these workouts, he was doing, where was I? Right there. How does he get credit for doing the workouts, but I don't? How I'm going with him to close these business deals and I'm not doing anything. So I told him, I feel just like this. I'm just an accessory. I'm running behind him, going to all these workouts, these deals, these meetings. But at the end of the day, he said, I haven't done anything.
I don't say you haven't done anything.
Yeah, you just said it lots of times. And I'm like, when you make money, dude, I'm supposed to be making money. I'm your partner. I'm spending my whole day with you doing all of this stuff. You just like the man from Waiting to Exhale. Like you a lot like those men who the woman is right there, their support system, giving them stuff, building them up, providing for them, time, energy, resources, money, effort, everything. And then when you get where you're going, like even right now, along the way, you getting higher and higher in this company, and you looking at me like I'm not doing nothing, anything. But I'm like, who's been funding your trips? Who's been loaning you money while you're making no money trying to build your business? Who's been right here suffering with you? Who's been in all these meetings? Who's been doing this? I'm the one who's there. Dude, I'm a partner and you're not giving me any credit for it. That makes me feel like you don't appreciate me and you don't see everything I'm putting into it. For you to look at me and say I'm not doing anything and I'm devoting all my time, energy, effort, resources, money, credit cards, credit, everything, my name, all of this so you can get where you want to go and you're being successful and you look at me and say I'm not doing anything. That makes me feel like, dude, when you get where you're going, you turn around and be like, you ain't helped me get here. What's considered help?
We're gonna watch this video. I want to see where I said you haven't done anything.
What have I? You just now. You told me if I haven't made any money
I said that on this video.
Ching ching. You told me that personally. You said, where is the money that I've made from doing these businesses? Personally, somebody wrote me a check and put it in my pocket. You said that has not happened. And you're right. But I'm your support. I'm helping you.
But you don't want to be my support.
But I've been in support for 3 years. And he's wondering why aren't I doing anything? Because, dude, I'm the busy housewife who's taking care of you and not myself. That's why people don't appreciate the position of a supportive woman. Only certain men can. I gotta support him and I gotta make my own money. It's like, dude, what are you here for? What's your purpose? I'm already playing my role. What you doing?
So say you don't want to do the business.
No.
Well, no, listen to me carefully. I'm dead serious. Don't ever say you want to do the business again if you're not going to do the business.
I didn't say I don't want to do the business. I said I am doing the business. I'm doing it and I'm being your support leg.
So then you say you want to be my support leg. Don't say you want to do the business. Those are two very different things.
If I'm licensed in the business, I'm going to the meetings. I'm talking to people. I'm supporting the team. I'm doing the business. I'm just not doing it in the capacity of you. If I'm a janitor at a school and you're the president, you're going to tell me I'm not doing anything? Dude, that is my position.
But you're standing up as the janitor, keep saying, I want to be co-president.
No, I want to be paid and I want you to respect me for the position I hold. You want me to be the top salesperson. That ain't me. Dude, but you can't do a lot of this stuff without me. A lot of things you've done for this business, you couldn't do it without me. Or you could have had somebody else do it. But I'm saying because of me, you were able to do it because I supported you. I gave you things. I'm on the calls. I'm helping you. Men, you gotta give the woman you're with credit for being there with you as you're building your business. She's freaking cooking for you. Whatever she's doing for you. If you count on her to do something while you do your business, that means she is supporting you. She earns just as much. She deserves just as much of that money that you do. She deserves. She's entitled to the money you make. That's why when these men break up and they get sued, she take about half of it. The judge will give her half of it because if she helped you build the business. Even if you don't respect that, the judge does. Like you don't respect any of this that I've been doing for you.
Hey, what? That's not true.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
You talk to me all the time. You look at me, but listen, you like what?
You say I want to do X. I'm like, okay, do X. And then you don't do X.
Yes,
and then
I
you
do.
blame.
I do X.
You said you wanted to go. Okay, we don't even have to go into the details. You haven't done X. What you said you wanted to do.
Yes, I have. Everything I told you I want to do, he thinks I'm supposed to be doing more, or I need to do more. I'm like, dude, that is not what I want to do. Okay, babe, I wanted to, let me tell you, we're in the insurance business. I want to teach our unlicensed agents what they need to learn to pass the test so they can be licensed.
Okay. And
I don't want to write the policies, but he's been discouraging me from doing it by saying someone else is already doing it for the whole 100 and people to my team. But our agents are not showing up to those meetings. So I'm like, let me do this. I want to do this, and I want to be our go-to person for education. And he's not supportive of that. He wants me to go talk.
Effort.
But you duplicated efforts by making videos that the head company CEO has already made.
Well, that's because it's a white face. I don't want a white face on my video.
Maybe they don't want a church lady who's sitting there with a church hat on and some little teeny shoe. Like maybe our team doesn't want to go to her classes for a reason. Maybe they still aren't licensed after 2 years. I'm the only one licensed on his whole team. And I want to teach the classes, and he's not supportive. I'm like, maybe I can help motivate the team. Then I'm like, so he doesn't want me to do it. Let me see if my sister can do it, because she's all excitable. She's like, ah. And I'm like, let's get her to do it. He was like, okay, let's do it. But I'm like, you got to do something different. Let me fit in. There are other men in this company whose wives are not sales agents, but they are still supportive, and they don't talk down about their wife's positions. I'm like, you don't see her teaching the class, the woman over there who's married to this head company dude. They're women who are partnering with their husbands in this business, and they're respected, and they're not the top salesperson just because their husband is. They are licensed in the business. They just play whatever role they play. If I want to file papers, if I want to organize something, like, we have to talk about delegation of rules. But he wants to be a power couple. I can kind of respect that, but that's not what I really wanted to do. And I keep trying to sell. I keep trying to recruit people for this business, and they don't want to join. And they don't want to buy insurance. The people I'm talking to don't want it. They don't want it. But he is a good people person. So he could meet somebody in the elevator, and next thing you know, they're buying insurance from him. And he's a great salesperson, and he's a great people's person.
See, but you have to remember, what is that saying? People don't know. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Yeah, so he's good at that.
So that's the core part. So if someone wants to sit there and talk to me about their trouble with their wife or trouble with their husband, because I care, because I actually do care, I listen.
Yeah.
And
sometimes they buy nothing for years, but he still keeps a friend. He makes a friend. But I have to listen to all this stuff while I can't think and focus on my work, listening to his 2-hour conversation with some woman talk about her kids or her dog and her cat. I'm like, so the whole time I'm here with him, the whole time we're living together, he's on the phone all loud in these meetings, walking around, sucking all the energy out of the room. And I'm like, I can't even focus. Like, I can't do what I need to do because I'm in his meetings. Like, if he's on the phone with somebody, and plus I'm an empath, so I pick up feelings. Anything that's going on in the room, I hear noises, I hear all the sounds, I feel the emotions, I feel what she's feeling, what she's thinking. I'm in on it, and him, and sometimes he's introducing me, and I'm like, I just need some peace and quiet time to complete this business thing. And anyways, but we've been going back and forth even about the structure of the fitness business, and our lives been fluctuating. The whole thing is like, I'm just falling into some role that he doesn't respect. That's how I feel. I'm falling into a role that I feel like I'm not even being myself anymore. And it's not encouraged either. So not only am I not growing, I'm growing in a lot of ways, but I'm not being able to express myself. And in order to even make decisions in my own business, it's like I got to talk to him first. I'm like,
well, that's what you want me to do.
Yeah, but you made the rules. You made up all this stuff that I'm having to follow. And I feel like I feel like I'm like a butterfly. But right now I'm like, I just feel so suppressed, you know?
So what do you want to do, babe? What
First-
do you want to do?
First thing I want to do is
Go flirt with men?
make you stop seeing them flirting with everybody. I don't want to make you, I want you to see that being nice and cordial isn't flirting.
If someone's flirting with you and you're being nice and cordial, that is flirting.
Then I want you to see that if your ex wants to talk to you, but she doesn't want her husband to talk to you.
I'm talking about
That's
what do
a
you want to do
problem.
with work?
No, I'm talking about all these issues we talked
Okay.
about. I want you to stop accusing me of flirting all the time. I want you to stop hovering. Well, stop trying to be friends with somebody who doesn't want her husband to know you exist, and you used to date her, and y'all had some inappropriate relationships or whatever. And I want you to respect whichever part I do play in a business. And I want you to stop telling me all my supportive roles that I've been playing for you are nothing.
I
It's
don't
worth
say
nothing.
that they're nothing.
Well, you keep ignoring that they happen, that I'm doing it. How am I going to spend my whole summer helping you build Guap coin? That's a cryptocurrency. Like I spent like my whole summer doing workouts that he planned, going to workouts for his business, all this stuff, building his image, building his brand. So if I'm
See,
doing
I
your,
don't see it as my brand.
but if I'm doing your work, how am I going to be doing when am I going to do my work? So I
So I
spent the
ask you
whole
one more
summer.
time, what do you
So I
want to
spent the
do?
whole summer recruiting people, helping him recruit people, talking to people, walking up and down the street, getting our Guap coin cryptocurrency in businesses, putting it on my timeline, learning all these different businesses, trading, life insurance. Now we got this tea business that helps you lose weight, ISO tea, all this stuff. Like he keeps bringing to me, and I'm like, okay. And I'm like, how you expect me to do anything I need to do when I'm doing everything you are doing and you want me to do? So that's what I'm saying. And then he if I don't do it up to par to him, he said, I ain't done nothing. I'm like, where my whole summer go? Then he getting paid off of these transactions, and I'm just getting paid however I get paid from, whatever other things I get paid from. And I'm like, wait a minute, how am I working in this business, helping you make money, and then I'm not getting paid? I don't work for free. Same result. So I'm like, we need to agree on a cut. And this cut comes just from my continuous involvement. I don't have to sit there and be on that deal to get paid on that deal. Like, dude, I put all my time, energy, and effort into you. Once the ball gets rolling, you need to be writing me a check because I'm still here. I'm still your support team. I'm still doing all this stuff for you. Why are you the only one making money?
So what do you want to do?
I want to have my own career, my own business, my own time
What is
that
that?
I work.
What is it? What is it that
Okay,
you want to do?
so what I want to do is I want to have the freedom of mind to figure that out without you talking about I'm an introvert, an empath, I can't do anything, I don't make friends, and I'm not social. I'm like, dude, I don't need all that. All I need is some peace and quiet so I can figure out how I want to run this business. Like, why I'm fine? Why am I fine? Why can I go out there and run my businesses before I met you? But now that I know you, you act like I don't know how to do anything. But why was I making money before I met you?
You want to answer that?
No, he's probably gonna say from dudes or guys.
No. Do you want me to know?
Yeah.
You want me to answer?
Why was I making money before I met you? I got a college degree. I own several businesses. I know how to make money. I've been making money. Every time I leave his presence, I make money. But it's like he wants to control how I make money. And if it's not doing what he's doing, it's like he doesn't respect that. He think it isn't worth anything. And I'm like, dude, I got bank. I got money. My credit's good. Like I'm building myself behind the scenes, but I got so much pressure. It's like so much pressure from you to do what you want me to do. But I'm like, but why my records reflect that I'm doing something? But it's like I gotta hear this from you that I'm not doing anything. That's stressful to me. So why do you think I make money until I come into your presence?
Make money?
Yeah, I make money. Well, I'm now figuring out how to make money while I'm with him from other stuff.
That I presented to you. That I've taught you how to do. That you're complaining about being a part of. Right now, you're complaining about being a part of it.
No, I'm complaining about all the work I put into it that you gave me no credit for. Now I'm making money from trading. Like I'm trading stock, like just like trading stock. That's how I'm making money. But he is making some of it available. But dude, I deserve this. You ain't giving me nothing because I'm using my money. You just moving the papers around. But if I wanted, like, I could go online and do the trades myself. I'm making money because I actually bought the stock and I'm selling it, or either he or sell it for me. That's why I'm making money. But you didn't give me any credit for the footwork.
Okay, babe, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, but that's bad. Like I feel bad about that. Okay. Like you laced your accounts with that. From what money you got, you just paid me back what you borrowed from me. And the only time I get something extra from you, I'm like, when you level up, I should automatically level up. But I'm constantly leveling you up or helping you level up. And then I don't get any residual income. Every time you level up, you just pay me what you owe me.
Well, first, that's not true. Right.
Well, that has been true for a long time. And then he'll give me a guilty $100 or something like that. Yeah, no. Well, when have you ever, you don't give me anything unless I make you feel guilty. Be like, why are you only paying me back? Like you just got a huge check and you only pay me what you owe me. But I've been helping you in these businesses. I'm like, when you get paid, I get paid. Like I'm training him. I need to train him that. Because why am I helping you? I'm being your support system. When you get paid, he don't disappear
so, babe,
for real.
All right,
but he does.
Right this moment. Are you gonna be my support system? Or are you gonna go run your own businesses with me? Or are you gonna go run your own businesses by yourself?
I don't know. Just another conversation. What I'm talking about right now, I might not have the answers, but I know what I don't like from previous interactions. And I know what has been unproductive for me. And I know what felt unfair. And I know how I felt unappreciated. And I know how I see what I've been handing over and what's been handed back. Like I feel like, where's my return on my investments with you? That's what I feel like, you know? And so that's just how I feel. And like, but you're not harming me, but I'm just not progressing at the rate that I can progress at. Because I'm like your support.
Okay, so let me just give you an example. I want you to be happy. I want you to feel like you're a part of something. The biggest problem, babe, is you don't know what you want to do. And then you blame me for you not knowing what you want to do.
Well, I blame you for sucking up my time.
No, hold on, babe. If someone seriously wanted to do something, we're in a hotel right now. There's a lobby you could work in. You could send me to the lobby. You could go ask. We know the manager.
But you already know.
No.
Okay, wait. You saying I could ask you to leave? You get mad. I've half asked you to. Could you put a plug in that so I don't have to hear that conversation? Put on the headphones. I say, can you not have the meeting in here because I can't take it right now. Like that voice or whatever, I can't take it. And you just stay here or you get mad. You're like, you want me to leave? You want me to leave? So I can't have my meeting in here. I'm like, oh, I need
Okay, but were you just telling me you need to think, right?
I do.
Oh,
I need quiet.
Yes.
Okay.
You need quiet. That area downstairs.
Why should I leave?
Because I need a computer. I need phones. I need I need equipment. You don't need anything.
Computer. You used to have the laptop. that you just put this big old monitor up. I don't even know why. Well, I could understand why. But before you were using a laptop, you could take that laptop right there. You could go to like this is a bedroom. Can I feel like I'm in a peace and quiet
Right.
of a
So
home?
our living situation right now is a little bit awkward. We can
We
explain
used to
that
live
another
together
time.
for 2 years.
That's right. So we're in the process of getting back to living together 100% full time. So that's going to make things easier when we have the space where I have my office. It's separate from the bedroom. It's separate from the living area. So that's going to help.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, 1:33. No, we've been on this
Wow.
for one.
All right, we got to go.
Oh man, I'm tired already from this talking. So yeah. So anyway, so he's an extrovert. I'm an introvert, and just interactions like this drain me so badly. Like I'm probably going to have to sleep for about 3 hours just to get my energy back. But I bet he's ready for the next thing. He's like, but we have a great relationship. We trust one another. We love one another. We don't think we'll ever leave. We're never leaving for someone else. Like we don't think any of that. We've had most of our problems with our work and our business and outside interference, not really interference, just what to do about people and what to do about me being an introvert while he's an extrovert. And how long do we have to stay at these meetings and parties? I want to go, but I just want to know when can we leave? Can we leave an hour after it starts or 2 hours after it starts? And then I want to respect that time. But he's like, why are we leaving? It's just getting started. It's fun. And I'm like, okay, so maybe we can start going late and leaving late. I don't know. Instead of being there when it opens, we need to get there after it gets started. And then we could leave like an hour or two after, whatever. But like, I feel so drained. Like, and I feel like I don't know when we're gonna leave. When am I gonna get out of this loud place?
And when am I going to get out of being alone for weeks at a time?
Yeah, so we gotta work on that. Cause he likes to make friends and stuff. He likes to go to people's homes and parties and things like that. And I'm trying.
You decide, you figure out what you want to do, Dave. What I've told you many times, I'm tired of the back and forth. You either want to do it or you don't want to do it.
Right.
And if you say you want to do it, then do it. Don't say you want to do it and then don't do it and then say, well, I'm supporting you. Wait, you just said you want to do it. So define how you want to do it then.
So we have to make clear what is being done. It's like you have to acknowledge the help you're getting. And if you want more, let's define what more is, but we are not going to discredit what is already happening.
Okay, babe. Yes, you do help a lot with great support. But that's not what you want.
Yes, it is what I want.
So you just want to be a support?
I do.
I have asked you, no.
I want to be able to support, but you don't respect that.
I have asked you a million times to be a part of the circle.
Because he leaves me out. If I'm not doing what he wants me to do.
Babe.
Okay, wait. So ask me again. You said, do you want to be a support or not?
Yes. Do you want to be a support?
Yeah.
Or
I don't want to sell. I don't want to sell life insurance.
Never mind. I can't do my sentences. So we're going to be done now. No, we're done. Talk to you guys later.
No, don't do that.
No, I don't know.
You said, do I want to be a support? Like, why is that dishonorable?
No, because you constantly say that's not what you want.
Yes.
Babe, I've asked you.
I've always shown that I'm a support person.
Okay, but you've never said it out your mouth.
I don't want to write insurance business.
No, I'm talking about the concept of the circle generally. The whole thing. You're like, I don't like circles. I don't want to do the circle. I don't want to be a part of the circle. I don't want to use the name the circle. I don't want to use any of that stuff. And anything you see, no. Why do we have 939? Because you didn't like circle fitness.
Because he tries to make me lose my identity.
No, if you're either a support or you're not a support.
No, okay.
So hold on. A support means you're helping me with what I've got going on.
Yeah, but I'm not going to disappear and totally disappear.
Okay, that's my question.
Because I have other things I'm doing. I'm a person. I'm an individual too. So he wants me to totally
No.
merge and disappear into him.
No.
I'm like, that might be good. That's what we should do. Do y'all think that's what we should do spiritually and physically? Really, every time I look into counseling or about us, it tells me that I need to follow him like the sun. I need to be like this. And for me, that's so hard. And I feel like I'm losing my identity. I feel like I don't have my own. I'm not. So we both of us had our own fitness business, both before we met one another. Both of us were licensed insurance agents at one point or another before we met one another. We have parallel lives. All throughout our lives, we've been pretty much doing the same thing. Now we're together, and it's like he moves so quickly that I feel like I can't get set up. It's like I can't get my footing because I'm like this, whipping around with him.
Right. See, but what you have to understand, babe, the circle isn't from me.
I don't care who. I mean, I appreciate who it's from. I'm saying it's hard for me to lose myself in you. I've done it before with men that I was involved with, and it's a bad feeling.
Babe, you can bring yourself. You can bring yourself and make it better.
Bring myself and make it better. What's that? I really don't
You're
understand
caught
what
up.
that means.
Okay.
You're saying bring myself and become successful doing what you're doing.
No. What I'm saying is, let's just keep it on the fitness side.
The fitness side. Okay. Bring myself. You're saying bring everything I started working on and put it inside of the circle. So just forget about whatever I built.
No, it can exist.
Coexist.
It can exist, but why does it have to? You want to make it outside of the circle.
Okay, we can work on it. We got to compromise. And I feel like I'm disappearing. I don't know if that's good or bad. Y'all help me out because I have PTSD about abusive relationships or controlling relationships. I've seen relationships where the woman just totally disappears and she becomes everything he makes her to be, and he still isn't happy with her. And she might have been so successful doing things of her own. Then she gets with this man and she's just not even valuable anymore. I'm like, what just happened? So I've seen that before. I don't want that. And it's like, but it's happening. I'm slowly being swallowed up.
Because I want you to be a part. I want you to be a part of it. And you don't want to be a part of it. So it's like, you like, well, yeah, let's do this, but we're not going to use your thing. We're going to use yours. So I said, fine. You want to take the fitness stuff? Run with it. You want to do 939? Run with it. You want to call it 939, drink water on time? Run with it. You want to do 939 lifestyle? Run with it. You go to Circle Fitness page. I haven't even posted anything there. It doesn't even exist anymore. It doesn't even exist anymore. It was the core part of my business.
Well, that's why you're resentful. You need to don't forget about that.
What I'm saying is,
you're saying this point.
Anyway,
we don't know. We're figuring out how to merge these businesses without me completely disappearing. Because that's what I'm feeling like.
The only issue that I see is you don't like the fact that I came up with the name. I didn't come up with the name.
Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm gonna tell you what the real problem is. I'm new to most of these businesses, and he's making money in the businesses, but I'm not. And I'm spending time in these businesses and I'm not being compensated for it because I'm not making money for my effort and time. And I feel some kind of way. I'm like, I need to make money doing what I know how to do. And I'm just hanging around these businesses that he's setting up, and I'm not getting paid, and he's not paying me either.
Okay.
That's my real problem.
And the fitness thing.
And then it takes time to build these businesses. But we ain't even getting on the fitness. Let's say that. I'm talking about all these businesses, all the financial services businesses, all of these businesses we're involved with. I'm involved with. I feel some kind of way because you are making money and I'm being right by your side. You getting the paychecks and I'm not. And you talk down to me about it. And I'm like, I can't help it if I'm not making any money. So then I get discouraged. I'm like, bump it. It's why when you talk down to me, saying I'm not doing the business as much as I could, then I'll be like, what about all this time I done spent? Just because I didn't make any money, I don't get any credit. Then I'll be like, bump it. I'm not going to any more meetings. I'm not helping do anything. I'm not writing any more articles. I'm not hosting any meetings. I just withdraw myself because I'm like, I'm not going to continue spending all my time with this stuff. And he talks to me like that and I'm not making money. I'm like, dude, give me my money. Like, I make my money doing something else. That's how I feel. And that's why I'm disgruntled. And I'm not jealous. I'm not making money doing that business and I feel like I'm wasting my time. And you talk down to me about that. And I feel like all this energy I'm putting over there, dude, I feel no gratitude, nothing. Then you get these big fat checks and you got a smile on your face and all you do is pay me the money you owe me.
And first, that's not true.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
You want to know, you gave me $100. And see, and we already had so many arguments, him feeling like a woman should be independent and take care of herself, make her own money. I'm like, how am I going to make my own money when I'm building your business? You got to pay me then. Pay me for the time I'm spending. So
it's a commission business.
Dude, well, I'm commissioned by you.
But okay, if you want to work for me and get paid, you're going to have to do what I need done.
So if somebody's married to you, they don't get to enjoy the money you make. Only time
you don't enjoy the money I make?
No, dude, how? Only if we go to the movies or we go out to dinner. You don't pay me when you get paid regularly. You don't. But I've been supporting your business. When am I going to see some money? You have not given me money. You gave me $100 in the last 3 months.
That is not true.
I can look it up.
Look it up. Go ahead.
And one of the times he gave me the money because we were on the off time. We were having little tips or something. Next thing I know, $100 in my Cash App. I'm like, what's this for, babe? I mean, I guess that was for me to be like happy. I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, that's what you complain about?
Why shouldn't I? You getting paid, and I'm your support team. You're spending the money.
Okay.
Well, which part is not true? Have I not been supporting you? Have I not been spending day in and day out in these meetings and being with you, and you give me no credit for it? Have I not funded your trips, your businesses? Am I still not currently funding it? Am I still not lending money, lending my currency? Am I not? What money have you given me for any of my business? Like, okay, yeah, you just started this fund a few weeks ago. So the fund gave me money for my business, one of my businesses, So I'm like, what I'm seeing is I'm giving you everything. You're giving me nothing and you're talking down to me.
See, look at the Cash App. It's not nothing.
The Cash App, he's sending money to Cash App for a down payment that we're going to have for a home. That is not money I can spend.
That is not the only money I've sent.
But you said, look at
Cash
the
App.
last time you sent me $100 was like almost a month ago.
You want to see? Want me to show you?
Right. Yeah, show me in Cash App where it says for love.
No, my phone died.
I know. Listen.
You don't remember the $500? You don't remember the $500 I sent you about a week ago? You forgot about that, right?
That was an argument gift. And it was after.
But I didn't give it to you.
It was after he had gotten paid.
But you told me it was $100.
You didn't even tell me. It was that $500 you did give me. I appreciate that. That was like the first money you've given me.
That's not true either.
In like a year and a half.
That is not true.
Dude, look.
That is not true. Anyway.
Well, what?
We got to figure out. We got to figure out.
The reason why you see, if he'd been giving me money all along for the help I've been giving, he wouldn't even remember that $500. It stands out because it happens so rarely.
No, it happened so recently.
And rarely. Dude.
Recently.
He said so many times already, a woman should be independent and take care of herself, make her own money. But why am I a woman who's supporting your business financially? Why am I a woman who's giving you money, loaning you money? Why are you holding me accountable to what a woman should be, but you're using my resources to help you, whom are a man? So is a man not supposed to be self-sufficient, independent, making his own money, not using my money? Like, why are you able to tap into my resources, but I can't tap into yours? That's the problem. And you're talking, so it's like I'm supporting you with everything I have, everything I am. I'm giving you stuff and I'm supporting you. And what are you doing for me? It's like you think I owe you something just for you existing. Like that's the problem. And I'm loving to you. I don't look down on you. I'm like, but you don't recognize what I'm doing for you.
I do recognize it, babe. But what I'm saying is what I hear you doing is you're complaining. And so I'm like, well, decide what you want to do. Because you
So why did I don't want to work the business wholly and completely means you don't want me to work it at all? I'm telling you what I want to do. I want to be part of the business. I want to train the people. I want to be by your side. I want to get credit for the work I'm actually doing and the support I'm giving you. But I don't want to be around as a salesperson selling life insurance. But I don't want to be disrespected because I'm not a top salesperson. That ain't even, I'm not trying to sell anything. There's other things that are needed in a business besides selling. Like if I just go away,
okay,
then
so
what are you
I do
losing?
not need in my business somebody training people in that area.
Well,
I
why are
don't
your people
need,
sitting over there still 21 people, no license? You just collecting people for treasures? I'm trying to activate your team. I'm trying to shake them up, get them licensed so they can start making some money. If you don't need anybody to train them, why are they still untrained? You don't see the need. You got to recognize the need so it can be met. You saying you don't have a need, but what is the person who's training all those other people doing for them? Nothing, because they are not going to her. For what? Who knows? I don't have to know why they're not going to her class. All I can do is try to create a class and hope they come to mine. Be like, come on, y'all, yeah, let's do this. But you're like, you don't need nobody to train them, but why they not trained? Something missing, something broken, or something ain't right. Something is wrong. If you have a trainer over there and they don't want to go to her, it ain't worth having. You got something that is unuseful and you don't have it. If it ain't working, then dude, it ain't working. You need to do something else that's gonna work. And I'm trying, you gotta recognize my gifts, my talents, my abilities, and use them to help you. In this relationship, I'm not even exercising my gifts, talents, and abilities because it seems like you make them feel like they're not worth anything. I'm like, dude, this is what I'm good at. I'm good at teaching people. I'm good at training people, motivating people. But you like go sell that stuff. I'm like, I don't even trying to make nobody buy nothing. I can go get somebody and hope they'll buy it from you. But I'm like, come on now. I got some worth. I got some value. I know how to do something. I know how to do something other than, it might not be what you want me to do, but I'm good at what I do. And you got to respect that. You're good at what you do. And I respect it. I'm all in my Facebook Messenger. I'm telling people about you. You don't promote me. You don't tell anybody I'm good at the daggone thing. Not a daggone thing. You told somebody I was a good writer, but what you do? You went and changed my whole article. It is not even mine. It doesn't even sound like me. I've written books. People like reading my stuff, and you went and changed the whole article. It doesn't even sound like me. And I think the person we gave it to think it ain't. She doesn't think much of it. She hasn't asked me to write anything else since. It's like that is not my spirit in that. So what I'm good at, you don't value.
There were exaggerations in that we couldn't have.
I could easily take an exaggeration out. And it wasn't even an exaggeration. I was telling people about how I love Martha's Vineyard, how it was great. Look at the deck. Look at all the landscaping.
That wasn't the part.
Tell me one thing I said that wasn't true in that article. Tell me one thing why did you change my article that I spent time writing? It was very good and interesting. I write a compelling piece and you changed it and it doesn't even flow. It's like, they probably don't want me to write anything else. Every time I talk about writing, everybody gets quiet. It's like they don't want me to do anything because that wasn't a true representation of me and my work. And you don't value it. That's why you changed it. If you value me and my contribution, you won't try to change it and you would promote it. Like I promote you to people. I'm like, Okobo is the greatest. He's good at this. It's like, what am I good at in your opinion, in your eyes? Nothing, because you suppressed me.
Babe,
Tell me what you value about me and my skills.
babe,
I know what you value. All of these. That's it.
babe.
That's it.
No, that is
all
not
of this.
true.
That's it. That's all.
That is not
I'm like,
true.
dude, I'm more than
Okay,
that.
babe,
Tell me what you value about me. What do you value?
I value your spirituality. I value your connection to the source. I value your when you finally do coach people, you can be influential, but you don't coach people. You have a business and a business model, but you don't want to talk to people. So you're an introvert who needs to make money talking to people, but you don't want to talk to them.
I do. I
But you
talk to
don't.
people.
You don't talk to them. You have people that have signed up for your
There's
course.
so many
Hold
people
on.
out there right
You
now
are-
on my Facebook page who are losing weight because of me. Dude, I talk
And how
to
much you
people.
making off of that?
But you saying I just need to develop a model that I need to take time to focus and create a working model where I can get paid. People are getting help from me right now, even though I'm not getting paid from it. But you can't say it isn't working. There are people right now that I've seen the improvements, and they've told me I've helped them.
But we're talking about
if it doesn't make dollars, if it ain't made no dollars, and most of these businesses, I've run these weight loss businesses. I made money on them before I met you. I used to go. That's what I used to teach. I used to do seminars for churches. I actually went to people's homes, weighing them, measuring them, weighing out their plans.
So you obviously have to change that business model during COVID.
Yes,
So change it.
And I need time to do that. That's the thing I'm trying to get. He said how much time I need. I need some time where you're not telling me how much time I get. I just need time where it's. But anyways, yes, I am struggling adapting to this online environment where all my business is done online. So I haven't figured out how to charge for my services. I haven't figured out how to bill people for the coaching, all the help they're getting that they're just doing by themselves right now. So I'm like, as long as they're getting the help, I still make money elsewhere. But we do need to figure out, like, the health industry is vast. Weight loss, lifestyle, like, I just don't know how to. I need to figure it out. And that's what our meeting was about today. We missed it. Like, I have the pictures, I have the verbiage for our ad. All I got to do is get your approval and send it to the guy who's going to do the commercial. But you are in it. Like, your picture's there. Your testimony, I'm going to have to get, because I never got your testimony. Because Okobo lost 40 pounds during the Lifetime program. You know, so he knows it works. But still, he doesn't even take the opportunity when it arises to tell people that my lifestyle program helped him lose like 20 pounds or more. He was just talking to someone on the phone, bragging about his lifestyle, how he lost 40 pounds, and not once did he plug it, my business.
Because what am I going to plug it for if they're going to sign up and you're not going to talk to them?
Dude, I talk to people. Everybody I helped this summer who I talked to personally was people who were your friends that you brought to me.
Right. And you have not followed up with them.
This is not a program you follow up with. It's a 30-day program.
And you talked to them once in the 30 days.
No, that's it. They got to pay me for ongoing coaching. But you can
then
lose
we need
weight.
to figure out the business why.
People, one seminar with me, you lose 20 pounds in 30 days. Okay? One seminar, because I know what I'm doing and it works. You do what I tell you to do. I give you the sheet. I give you the information. You do that for 30 days, you're going to lose 20 pounds. For most people, that's enough. And that's all they pay for is that one consultation. He expects me to be texting him and calling him every day. I can't do that. They're not paying me to be there.
So charge more.
I can charge more, but that don't mean they're going to pay it. Most people want to pay one time and they keep accessing me every day for the rest of their lives. I can't do that. He like, after they pay me. I conduct a seminar, whatever, however way it goes.
Okay, so let me explain how.
What you want from me?
What I want
What
from
you
you
want
is to
from me?
realize that a lifestyle is complete. If you stay in touch with somebody and you take it from weight loss to finance to spirituality to life coaching.
But you just
to
said,
career.
wait. But you just now said I dropped them. Like I failed my obligation to them when they only paid for a consultation, which they were able to leave and lose 20 pounds. I never even, if they want me to coach them for the whole 30 days, dude, how many hours you think I got in a day? I have to charge for that. I'm giving them everything they need, and people are actually using it. They're actually losing weight. What else do you think they need from me?
But I've made suggestions which you've ignored, so we don't have to.
I'm not ignoring it.
You
I'm
are
just saying.
ignoring it.
Okay, we'll see you later. It's been 2 hours. We're gonna work with
Babe,
some
I
things.
do appreciate you, babe. I need you to just decide what you want to do and not wishy-washy back and forth.
Yeah, but why do you have to approve what I do? Like, why can't
I don't have to approve it. You have to decide it.
Okay, if it affects you,
like, okay,
I feel
for
like
example,
this. If
she
I'm
wants
making my
to
own money,
start a
why do I
restaurant.
have
She
to give his
wants
approval?
our lives are very much
mobile.
She wants to start a restaurant and be locked into the restaurant. If anyone has ever run a
No,
restaurant
I
or
want to
knows the
start a
restaurant,
franchise where people can buy the concept from me, or I can hire a manager to run the restaurants, different ones. He thinks I have to be locked down in one restaurant.
You have to prove the concept.
Yeah.
You
All I have to do is
sell
open it and train people how to run it, and then I go open it.
You don't know anyone who's ever owned a restaurant.
Dude, that's my whole career has been in hospitality.
So you're telling me that you know a small business owner who owns a restaurant who doesn't work 7 days a week? Because I used to work with them all the time. I'm talking about someone who had $10-15 million net worth, and he still worked 6-7 days a week.
He ain't doing it right. Let me tell you what I've done. No. Let me tell you, dude, I was an area manager over 5 restaurants. I stayed at none of them. I had my own office. But I trained the people to do what I know how to do. I know how to run a restaurant. I've been managers of restaurants, manager of hotels. When you met me, I was a stay-at-home mom. So you think that's all I know how to do, dude?
No.
I know how to do many things. I have multiple skills and talents. So I don't need
somebody who started a restaurant. You tell me if you can start a restaurant and be there 0 times.
No, I'm dude, that's an exaggeration.
No.
I'm gonna be there. You think I'm gonna be there 0 times? Dude, I'm gonna count for my money. I'm just hire people who are able. See, we can't even get here because he's got a fear. And he's talking down about what I want to do. Talking about, oh, you want to make cakes? I'm like, dude, why are you talking about my dream? Like,
well, because we're supposed to be into fitness and holistic living.
But you love putting your mouth on a cake. Look, you being a hypocrite. Where those cakes at?
Yeah, but I'm also.
He love a cake. If you're a fitness guru and you love
we gotta
cake,
go, babe.
Look at all this stuff.
What you bought?
Look at all this. He eating. Where the cakes at?
What cakes are you talking about?
Those peanut butter brownies we got.
Oh yeah, those.
Where they at?
I don't know.
Anyway, they look good. Let's show you the brownie. Where's the brownie?
I don't know, babe. Come on, we gotta go.
Dad, we lost the brownies. Anyways, if you wrap your mouth around a cake, what makes you think other people wouldn't?
So you're gonna exclude people who have diabetes, heart disease,
dude,
50 pounds, 100 pounds overweight?
You want me to have a workout station right beside the cake business? That's their responsibility. I'm saying, listen, eat cake responsibly. You go buy cakes, you buy ice cream, buy it from me. Buy it from me, dude. If you're gonna eat ice cream and cake once a month, buy it from me. I'm gonna be.
I just told you, I don't want to be locked down someplace, needing to be in a single location 6-7 days a week.
I don't want that either. I never had to do that. All I do is teach people how to do it, and then can you support me?
No.
I can support him these many years, he can't even support me. And see, and that's where I let him kind of get in my head. I'm gonna go do this anyways, and we still gonna be together. You're just gonna have to see me when you see me. Like, how you gonna not support me? How you trying to pick my life? You're trying to pick my livelihood. I gotta do what you want me to do to make money. Dude, why?
So you're telling me you're gonna
figure
figure out a way that we can live together. That you don't have to be in a restaurant 6-7 days a week.
Yeah, I'm gonna figure all that out. I'm the creator of the cakes, and I want to create places and chains for people to buy the chain, like they buy their own franchise. I want to have a few of my own, but I want to sell the franchise. Like, I want to create this thing, and I want to have many different restaurants of my own, different locations. I can't be at all of them, but I can schedule when I be at each one. I've already done this. Hands down, I can do at least 5 of them. I've done it before. I was a general manager first. Well, first I was a shift leader, then I was a general manager of my own restaurant. Then I was promoted to area manager where I had 5 restaurants. I know how to do that. I know the menu, cook whatever's up there. Dude, this is something I know how to do. I'm passionate about it. And it's like I want to do it, but it's like I gotta fight to be me. In so many areas, like, this is difficult. But I want to be with you, so I'm like, that kind of gets to it gets with me in some kind of way. Whatever.
We can talk about this, babe.
Don't worry, babe.
No, I'm just telling you, I've worked with a lot of small business owners.
But you ain't work with me.
Because you were not
I'm
a small
different.
business. You were not working at a small, you were working at a nationwide thing. Nationwide. That you're not working someplace where there's 1, 2 employees.
I trust you.
No,
I mean, but I'm not
let
gonna
me
not
finish.
do my dream because you got a fear of what someone else has done. Let's
not a
see.
fear.
Let's do it first, and then let's knock it down. Don't knock it down before we even attempt it. You don't even want to be involved. Like you saying, I can't even hire somebody to help.
What I'm saying is when you hire somebody and they're not available, you are the only person who has to show up. That store has to open. And you are the one who has to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Me
Okay.
personally, I don't want that in my life.
I see what you're saying.
That's me. I don't want to have to be tied down someplace because that's what you want. So
Me neither. We'll figure it out. We're gonna figure out a way we don't have to be tied down. Because I don't want to be tied down. Look, we have a lot of flexibility and freedom. So no, I wouldn't want to give all of that up.
Right. And I also don't want a situation where you have to work 12 to 18 hours every day and I never see you.
I know. I don't want that either.
So we'll talk about it. I do support you, and if that's really what you want to do, and that is your absolute biggest dream, I don't have to understand it, but
It's not my biggest dream. It's just one of the things I would like to do that it took me 3 years to develop this product. And I know it's
so what I would say, babe, figure out a way to package it, figure out a way to sell it, figure out a way to wholesale it, and figure out a way to get it in stores and restaurants. But when you get tied down to a physical building, I swear I will never, ever, ever work in a cubicle again.
right.
I will never, ever, ever work in somebody else's office again. I will never have somebody tell me when I need to be someplace, where I need to be, how I need to be.
Right.
Never, ever, ever again. That's called slavery. And I don't want to be a slave to my business any more than I want to be a slave to somebody else's business.
Exactly. I agree. Okay. Thank you.
So
Let me see it. We're successful. It's picking up.
all right, babe.
Thank you. This is Patricia Sunshine.
This is Okolo. Let us know your thoughts. I mean,
And I really appreciate the feedback because it does help. And like I've been working on not cutting him off. And I don't even have to work on it anymore. I just need to not do it. Like, I need to let him talk. Like, that's really frustrating for him because he does like to speak and have the floor. Me, I don't care. I talk while somebody else is talking. Both of us be talking at the same time, and I still hear everything. But that's like my dad used to walk in the house and say, "How is all of y'all talking at the same time?" You're like 3 or 4 of us at a table, and everybody's talking at the
All right,
same time.
we gotta go now,
All right,
because
go.
now you're gonna get upset at me because we're gonna be late for dinner.
But you have something to do. Let's do an 8 or 9 o'clock movie. 9 o'clock movie.
Okay.
7:30 or something like that. Go ahead, and we can even make this up tomorrow. We were gonna go to dinner and a movie tonight, but we already been on this for 2 hours, and he's got to visit his daughters today. I'm not gonna get upset. Haven't you noticed I haven't been getting upset? Oh, I have a message, a powerful message.
Oh yeah.
Don't you worry about a thing. Everything is gonna be all right. Every little thing is gonna be all right. Listen, don't you notice that everything works out anyways? Everything always works out. If it's got something to do with money, you're gonna get the money. If it has something to do with a bill that's past due, even if the lights go out, guess what? You're gonna get your lights turned right back on. So everything always works out. If somebody's bothering you at work, bullying you, guess what? It's gonna be okay. Everything is always okay, doesn't it? Always end up okay. Everything we were ever concerned about, it usually works itself out. Like, so don't worry. Don't worry. Every little thing is gonna be all right. I had to tell myself that when somebody kept overcharging me, I felt like they were picking on me, kept causing me to pay fee after fee or whatever, just an exuberant more money than I should have had to pay. I'm like, what's the problem here? Just pay them the money. I'm gonna make it doing some other kind of way, you know. I'm gonna make the money back. So I'm gonna pay the money, pay them whatever they want, and make some more. And then when I as soon as I understood that, I realized it, it was like a heavy weight was lifted. I don't have to let that man ruin my day, my week, my month. Not you, whoever that man who kept messing with me, trying saying something is mine. That, anyways, it was a bunch of mess. And I just I already knew everything always works out. Everything always work out, you know. So don't worry. Everything's gonna be all right. And he said, "Be happy."
All right, we'll talk to you guys.
Bye.
We'll continue the conversation. We'll let you
Oh,
know.
not this one. I'm done with this.
No, I'm talking about the business and what you're going
Oh.
to be doing and what you want to do.
Oh,
and
give
how we're going
updates.
to integrate, and
Yeah.
are we going to integrate? Are we going to figure out fitness, and is it going to be 939? Is it going to be Circle Fitness? Is it going to be neither? Is it going to be both?
There'll be dreams come true, or your biggest dream come true, or your biggest dreams come true. We have such.
The problem is we're so alike.
Mhm.
And one thing I want you guys to know is anything that you're like, oh man, I can't believe she's doing that, I do it too. Or if you say, oh my God, I can't believe he's doing that, she does
Do
it
it
too.
too. We're not
We,
victims.
we
believe me.
no, we everything you want to complain about me, she does. Everything she want to complain about her, I do.
Yeah.
We are completely and totally, we are
So-
one, and we are yin and yang, both at the same time.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
and that's why it's so difficult, because that's why when you talk to twin flames, most twin flame relationships peter out.
They don't last.
They don't last. They don't make it. But we know our
We're
purpose,
stubborn and we want to be together.
right? And we also know that we've been together multiple times in the past, multiple lifetimes, multiple
Yeah.
over millions of years.
Mhm.
So
We keep finding one another.
yeah, we keep finding one another. So now we know, okay, we are also products of our environment. We're products of our time.
Yeah.
We're products of this day and age that we're living in.
How we were raised.
How we were
of
raised.
course.
Like we didn't just, come from the stars
Mhm.
and then just plop here as,
Yeah,
adults.
we have experiences.
We were born through the vortex that is, a woman's womb. We came from wherever you want to call it, the stars,
stars.
heaven,
Mhm.
dimension,
Yeah.
whatever word works for you. But we're here now, and we now have to deal with the experiences that we've had. And one of the things I know is a lot of the experiences that I've had and the difficulties that I've had are so that I can relate to people. So when someone someone says, "Oh, you know what? I was homeless." Oh, yeah, so big deal. I was homeless too. Okay, now what? So that's where we are, and you know, so don't beat anyone. So if you beat either one of us up, just go, "Oh, wait a second. I bet you she does that too.
Right.
Or I bet you he does that too. It's gonna be all right.
Don't you worry.
All right, what's that song? Oh wait, don't worry. Be happy. Oh, that's Bob Marley. Yeah.
'Cause every little thing is gonna be all right. Is that the one the little boy was singing in the video? That's Bob Marley.
Oh yeah,
a little bird
little
sat at his
birds.
doorstep. Yeah. Let me use the bathroom while you look for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every little thing gonna be all right. And don't worry about a thing. Every little thing gonna be all right. I was up this morning, smiled at the rising sun. Every little thing on my doorstep, singing sweet songs, of melodies pure and true. Singing, this is a message for you. Singing, don't worry about a thing. Every little thing is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing.
Oh yeah.
The other thing I want to say real quick is, you know, the title of our first video is "Not Everyone's Honest in Their Relationship."
Yeah.
So as you can see, we let a lot of it just hang out there. And I figure if I individually can become successful, and if she can individually become successful, and we can be successful together, if we can make our relationship work, there's hope for everybody.
Yeah.
Whew. There's hope for everybody. So, anyway.
I guess we're saying we're basket case.
I'm not gonna say we're not.
Yeah.
It'll be all right. And what crazy people are still watching this? That's what I want to know.
Put a thumbs up or something if somebody's still there from the beginning. We're gonna give you $25.
You're supposed to be making money, not giving it away. Although if you don't have any guap yet, open a guap wallet.
Please listen. Tell me how much guap was when we first started.
Okay, so we were accumulating guap around 2-3 cents. It's now at 15 cents. It is. I personally think the next stop is going to be between 60 and 70 cents. No guarantees, but I'm telling you, you know, you don't have to know anything about crypto. You have to learn immediately about crypto. You have to start.
Tell me how my portfolio. I think I probably had like $1,000 worth of guap. Somehow it's now worth like $25,000. Like personally, how much money do you think I really spent? Oh, I already just bought 1,000 recently.
Anyway, we'll figure that out. Go to the App Store. Go to App Store or Play Store. Guapcoin.org. GUAPCOIN. Download a wallet. Send me your receive address. Send us your receive address. You can even put it in the comments below. We're going to send you some guap. Just imagine if someone sent you Bitcoin 10 years ago. You'd be a millionaire.
Right.
That's the opportunity that's giving.
Because it's right now, if it's only worth 13 cents and you get 100, that's worth $13, right? But if that guap goes up to $1, that means you have $100, and you only spent, you got it for 13 cents, but now it's worth $1. Like, you got to see how this compounds, you know.
All right, we got to run. Have a great day. Bye.
Hey, babe, you have a portrait to do? Let's see what it's like.